something I heard of last year, and I became quite interested in it. I didn't think I'd manage it, but yeah, I thought I'd have a go. And then when I heard about Cruse, and it just all came together, and I thought, why not?
Well, we do have people from Cruse here as well in the studio this morning. What exactly about Cruse struck you to do this for?
Well, I met Amanda and spoke to her about Cruse and learnt all about it. And I just thought, what a great charity. And it was an excuse for me to do the Everesting as well. So, yeah.
An excuse? Does it sound appealing, does it?
Yeah, it's, I don't know, something struck me with it. It happens all over the world, and I don't know, it really interests me.
I mean, you must be a very proficient cyclist anyway to be able to tackle it. What kind of training do you have to do to sort of prepare yourself for that?
Just riding uphill lots. I have upped my training, probably doing 15, 20 hours a week training, and basically riding to the closest hill and up and down it until I get bored and go home.
Well, I think mine would be a very short training. We always talk about, we sort of wax lyrical, don't we, about the great cycling landscape we have on the island. Is it a particularly good place to train for something like this?
It's fantastic. The roads are quiet. The hills are nice. We've got beautiful scenery. It's just brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
And are you confident you'll be able to do it within 24 hours?
Hopefully.
Fingers crossed for you. And when exactly is it happening? What time are you starting off?
Start at 4 a.m. tomorrow morning.
Okay, good luck on a Saturday morning. Well, also in the studio we have the Cruse CEO, Amanda, is it Cafero? Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
And also, is it Jill Skinner, sorry.
Yes.
Good morning. Hi.
Morning.
Sorry.
Morning,
So many people in the studio. It's quite joyful. What exactly, I mean, when did you first hear about what Rob's going to be doing?
Well, the introduction to Rob was on a social evening with a mutual, through a mutual friend. And it was through me kind of talking about the work of Cruse, as I do, that after a few hours, he told me about this challenge that he'd been thinking of doing, or that he'd heard about last year, and I think we met at the right time. So really fortunate that we've come together, and just can't thank him enough for what he's done already, the training, and now we're just about to embark on the challenge tomorrow morning. So it's very exciting.
As a charity, I suppose you obviously have people fundraise for you all the time, but did this one strike you as a particularly unusual one, or something that piqued your interest?
It is unusual. We do fundraise. We have certain things that we need to complete each year, and funds that we need to raise. We haven't had anything like this before, like someone come forward like Rob, to say and commit, and the dedication to do the Everesting challenge. And we really hope that the publicity that this brings will raise awareness of the charity. Obviously the funds are fantastic to help us continue, but we're hoping that other people will think about Cruse in the future, doing events and fundraising events like this.
And can you quickly just sort of tell us a little bit about the work that you do? Because obviously Cruse Bereavement, it kind of explains it in this sort of title, but of course you affect almost anyone really on the Isle of Man.
That's right. It's a fairly small charity still, although the output of our work is large. We support children, adults and young people who've been bereaved, and it doesn't matter what the circumstances or when the bereavement happens. So and we have obviously Jill here who works with children and young people, but just to give you sort of the scale of what we do, last year we supported 210 adults and 170 children, and the numbers continue to grow, so the need for the service is absolutely essential that we continue. And
am I right in believing we have somebody that's used your service in the studio as well with us this morning?
Yes, that's correct. I'll let Jill introduce.
Along with us today, we're delighted that Becky has come along to talk a little bit about her experience being supported by Cruse.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi. So would you tell us a little bit about what interaction you've had with the charity?
Well, I spoke to Jill at school. She came to school quite a few times after everything happened, and I felt like I could talk to her and she wouldn't tell anyone what I was telling her. and it was someone to talk to like outside of the family, because if I went and spoke to my mum, I didn't want to make her upset, or my brother, or I don't know, my grandma or someone. And she helped me like learn more about suicide, like other people's experiences with it, so I could deal with it. And she's helped me a lot because I feel like I've been like in a good place for a while.
How quickly did you find that service helping you?
Well, I went to her once, and then the second time after that I was like good for a while, and then I went the second time and I was a bit down, and then after that I was good. It was just nice to keep going and talking to her. But I haven't been for a while, but I've been good. But I know if I do feel down again, I can just message her and she'll talk to me again.
And what was it about the whole experience that made you want to get other people to know about it?
I just feel like lots of people don't know how to deal with things, and I think if I didn't speak to Jill, then I would still be upset all the time and wouldn't know how to deal with how I was feeling. Like, she helped. I could just tell how I was feeling, and once I got it all out, I felt okay again.